Okay guys, so I've got another mod to the Ranger 900. This time I've got rock lights. And there they are. You're probably wondering how I just turned them on. Well, I put it on a remote system. So I can turn it on and off with this remote, which is kind of neat. This is the Anzo remote. Again, like I do all the time, guys, I'll have links of all the stuff that I use to do this. when I can link it, I'll link it, guys. But I've used this switch. I actually have one in my lifted truck. Had one in my other Ranger too. And I never really had any trouble. If you look in the reviews on Amazon, some people have trouble where they lose some of the channels. This will actually run 4 different lights. And you can see you can turn on light bars and everything. What I have, these lights are not drawing much power, but I actually have them all on a relay. And then this switch just activates the relay. But the rock lights I used, these look familiar because these are the same things I use for my backup lights, only these are in amber. You can see I went with amber this time. I don't have color changing rock lights. I decided to go with amber for the accent color. So my other lights, my pod lights, are now amber, and so is that will be amber. So that's what I've done there. I've actually used quite a few to accomplish what I want on this Ranger. I've got one in the grill. I've got one above each tire, front and back. I've also got one under the floorboard there. And I actually made a 90-degree bracket to bolt to the frame there to kind of tuck it up underneath so it ain't hanging down below and it won't catch on something. And then I wasn't quite happy with the rear here, so I added another one under the bed here that shines down. So with those lights, I'm happy with the projection of the light. I'm happy with that. So what is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 6 on each side, and then one up front, one in the rear. And you can see the one in the grill lighting up the inside of the grill there. I know a lot of people don't kind of like this mod. I don't know, they call it ricey or whatever the heck you want to call it, but I like the look when you got this underglow or rock lights, whatever you want to call it. I like the look, guys. It just, I don't know, just adds something to your vehicle that makes it a little different. It does take a little time because you got to route wire all over the place. If you want to do it neatly, you can do it, just run wires all over the place and you can do it faster, but it does take a little time to kind of wire everything up neatly and run all the wires everywhere. So it's not a simple mod. It does take quite a bit of time to do something like this, but I think it's worth the time. Okay, so I'll take you inside and I'll show you where I put my I'm not sure what they're calling this, a module or control box or whatever, but here it is. It's under the seat, guys, under the center seat, next to the engine computer there. And you can see I've got well, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm using 3 of them, and I'm going to show you the other ones later. But I just took one of my weatherproof relays, And like I said, I just this is activating the relay, and then all the power is going from the relay to all the rock lights. And this comes with a fairly long wires, so you can mount it. See, my battery here is under this tray here, and it goes from there all the way into here. I thought this is a better spot to kind of protect it. Not sure how weatherproof that is because it is kind of open. They do have a little plastic cover to keep from having stuff short these out, but you just screw it on. Little screwdriver, stick the wires in there and screw them down. It's very simple. I actually really like it. And I will tell you that I had to send the first one that I ordered back because it wasn't working. I'm not really sure. It actually looked like the package had been opened because the little seal thing had been cut. So I think someone might have sent it back and they sent it through again or something. But just take it out and test it before you set it all up, guys. But that's the only one. Like I said, I've bought. This is the third or fourth one now that I've bought. And I did have trouble with the one, but I used to buy these at the local O'Reilly's. They have switched to some other brand. I'm not sure what it is. They have a wireless. They do have a wireless control, but it's huge. It's like really big. And I wanted something like this, which you can see compared to the key. It's almost, it's the same size as like a key fob. And that's exactly what I wanted. Because I'd like to, carry this around with the key. And if you got a huge, bulky thing, you're not going to carry it around. So anyway, guys, that's my latest mod on the Ranger 900. Shut a few of the lights off in the shop to kind of give you a better look at this. But it really is kind of a neat effect, guys. I really enjoy the rock lights anytime that I get to install those. They are serving a purpose too. I like that they light up where you're going to step out. They light that up really nicely. You could go with just white lights, but like I said, I'm going with an amber accent on everything. So that's what I did. And like I said, it does function as lighting. Like I can see under the machine, like if something happens, if something goes wrong, or I hear a noise, I can get out here and I can kind of look around and make sure everything's okay, or I can spot a problem fairly easily without having to get a screwdriver or a flashlight out or something. So, real happy with this, guys. Real happy with the way it turned out. So I guess that's going to do it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll see you.